This is Dylan, aka Alpha, of the Alpha and Omega YouTube channel. Now that we've gone over what's wrong with Destiny, I think it's time for me to go ahead and talk about what should put Destiny on a better path, if not the right path for the game. I'm going to be going over the top 5 changes that need to happen in the game, along with some personal changes of mine. Keep in mind that I do not speak for the Destiny community. I don't represent what everyone else is saying when it comes to fixing Destiny. You know, I'm just going off what I've read on comment threads and online discussions when it comes to the game. So, here we go. Number 1 is the story. Everyone knows this needs to be changed at some point or another in some way. The story in this game is absolutely terrible because there's practically no story in it. You have no characters you can relate to. You have like maybe only a couple memorable scenes only because they're so bad they're memorable, and you're left with an unsatisfying ending. I say that now because again, we have to be on board for Bungie's $500 million 10-year plan of a grind fest. The Dark Below expansion was supposed to add more story, but they didn't add anything like that. They just added another vendor that does nothing but ramble and just more Grimoire cards for us to read. Yeah, seriously, that sucks, doesn't it, Cat? I'm sorry, she's allergic to bullshit. If Bungie needs to go back to brass tacks on how a story is made, then they should go ahead and do it. Make your characters memorable. Have us do something with them. Have us go on an all-out assault with some NPC guardians with the commander of the group. I think his name is Zavala or something. Have us roam the frontier with that Cade guy. Have us talk to the Speaker more when it comes to Destiny and its history. Have us go on a playable section with the Speaker. You know, anything that gives us more substance, more merit, and more weight to the game, because it barely has any. The Grimoire cards are damn near pointless. I mean, there's no point for them to have a separate site for them when we can just go ahead and look them up somewhere else. We should be able to at least read it in-game. You know, just give us, you know, have us read the Grimoire while we're, I don't know, flying around in the ship or something. Bungie, you've been good at making FPS with stories. You've made that fun. Don't lose that formula. Do not make us wait 5 years for the good parts to happen. Number 2 is the content. This is another thing that needs to happen, and soon. Very soon. Destiny is bare bones when it comes to its content. When you finish the game, you're opened up to daily heroics. I mean, not daily heroics, daily stories, weekly heroics, weekly nightfalls, raids, a strike playlist, which only have 6 strikes, 8 if you're on PlayStation, and patrolling. Now, hold on a minute there. The daily stories, the weekly heroics, and the weekly nightfalls, as well as the strike playlist, are just redone harder missions that we've already played. Okay, Bungie, you shouldn't have to make us go through the same grind, the same crap over and over and over again just to increase the longevity of the game. Give us more stuff to do. Give us more content. The Crucible, that has like 4 modes of PvP. Like 4. Give us more stuff to do on that too. Give us more capture the flag, make Iron Banner a permanent thing. That's a fun game. Permanent vehicular combat, keep away, infection, you know, something to that regard. And when it comes to the PvE stuff, give us more strikes to do. Don't give us like just 1 per expansion. Give us more raids. Give us more raids at least. Well, again, you might need to spend more time on the raids. I'm going to talk about that later. You know, just more general stuff to do. Like, give us a survival mode. Give us a horde mode. Something. Anything. Just don't have us go through the same stuff, like, every week. This feels like it felt like a factory job every time I put in the game. I play on Tuesday. I do Nightfalls. I do Heroics. Then I stop. Then I come back Friday to get something from Xur. Then I stop. And then I come back next Tuesday. this really shouldn't be a job when it comes to your game, when it comes to any game. So yeah, just give us like more stuff to do. Number 3 is the grinding. Now there are 2 ways you can fix this, or that Bungie can fix this. One is through the RNG system of the game, and 2 is through the leveling system of the game. First, the RNG. I understand what RNG is doing. I mean, I know the system, and I think it works well. However, I think it works too well. There's no predetermined set of gear in the game at all. Most of the gear that you're earning is just basically through luck. It's also the same with Xur. He's practically random in and of himself now. Just give us legendary gear to work with. It doesn't have to be good legendary gear even. It can be gear with no perks and just helps us with our light level. It might not be good, but it'll work for now. Make legendary armor at least a little bit more easier to get. Like, maybe the higher the level we have, the easier we get legendaries, the more likely we get legendary stuff, and even exotic stuff. I mean, it's hard getting legendary engrams, let alone exotic engrams. I've never really even seen evidence of an exotic engram being found out in the field. The only place we get them from is Xur. So, yeah, I think exotic engrams should be at least a drop right there. Just give us more predetermined set gear that we can find in the game. If Bungie doesn't want to go that route, then they should fix the leveling system of the game. Okay, I need to stress this because this pisses me off. Light is stupid. We shouldn't have to use prestige to go to higher stuff in the game, stuff that's like higher level. We shouldn't have to use armor to increase our attack power in the game. That should be dependent for our weapons. Armor is more of a defensive tool anyway. It's either you either fix the light cap or you get rid of it altogether, turn our light into XP. Right now, the level cap is 32, the normal cap being 20. And it's ridiculously hard just trying to get to it, because we have to grind our butt off through the RNG system of the game. Yeah, just just either fix the light system or get rid of it. Bungie needs to fix either one, either the RNG system or the light system of the game. Something that makes the game a little bit more bearable to play. Because no one likes playing a waiting game at random. Even grinders get tired of this crap. I mean, I've grinded like a lot just because I wanted to. I shouldn't have to grind through the game because I need to. Number 4 is the expansions. One of the big things that one of the big problems that Destiny has right now is how they handle their expansions. When it came to the Dark Below expansion, we didn't get what we originally thought we were going to get. If that's a good way of saying it. What we thought we were going to get was more planets to explore, or at least more zones, new gameplay mechanics, more story. They promised that. They explicitly said that they're working on the story of the game now, adding more to it. Just general stuff like that. But they never added any of that. There were no new zones to explore. Just more rooms to shoot things in. The vendor, the Eris, I think her name is, she offered nothing to the story, at all. She was just another rambling vendor that we had to go to. I don't even think I went to her at least even once because she has stuff that I don't even need. The gameplay stuff, there was barely any of that in there. All there was those vestige things that you see for only maybe 2 missions. And then a burden thing or something that's there for 1 mission that we never get to play again. the raid for the Dark Below expansion, Crota's End, I honestly think that was a pretty bad raid because, one, you can solo it. You shouldn't, because raids are team-oriented. And two, most of the crap was just incredibly buggy to deal with. The AI during Crota's raid is brain dead. There are tons of spots you can hide and shoot things from. All you need is an icebreaker. That's it. That's all you need for Destiny in general. Just an icebreaker. Like, wow. Another thing that happened with the expansion was that it upgraded vendors' inventory to the point where your vault gear was obsolete. It was practically only the vault armor. Your vault weapons are still good, but your vault gear is practically obsolete now. You know, they were selling it at like light level 33, which was way much better than the vault gear. So basically, the weeks that you spent grinding for the vault gear was all for naught. I mean, it was just all that effort was just wasted. There was also the paywall fiasco. If you didn't have the Dark Below, you couldn't play through the weekly heroics and strikes that involve the Dark Below. You couldn't do the daily stories that involve the Dark Below. I can understand you not playing the raids because you don't have the Dark Below, but that's it. Also, it introduced a new strike playlist, and it became the only strike playlist where you would even get a chance, a small chance, of getting a legendary engram. Nowhere else. So if you don't have the Dark Below, you might as well be crap. You might as well be shit out of luck. That's just how they handled it. Also, when it comes to the expansions, House of Wolves is coming soon, but the only thing that people are talking about are the raids and loot. Like, really? Bungie's $60 game, for the first game in a franchise they spent $500 million on, and the only thing people talk about now are the raids and the loot. That's pretty darn sad. Either spend more time on these expansions, give us more than what we expect from them, so that they can be so that they can be considered as such, or don't call them expansions at all, because these are not expansions. This is just normal DLC crap. I'm sorry. These are not content updates. This is just normal DLC stuff. And number 5, last but not least, is the ever-growing cheese. This is one everyone's at a divide about. Most people are usually like, you're not supposed to change the game, you're supposed to play it how it's meant to be played. And the other side is, I can do whatever the hell I want. This is my game, I bought it. Okay, guys, stop. This game's broken, like, on both ends. There are a lot of glitches you can find in this game. Crota being invincible, not crossing the portals right in Atheon, the Death Singer stuff, it's just, it can get crazy. What's even worse is that there's more exploits that you can use in the game. There are a ton of places in the strikes where you can just like sit for 30 minutes to an hour just shooting at a poor boss's head. Like, playing through this chaotic mess of a game does not make it fun at all. It does not make it satisfying when you earn that loot. It just makes it boring, it makes it dull, and it makes it exhausting to play. Yeah, sure, you got the loot, but again, did you earn it? I mean, yeah, they need to fix the nerve-wracking glitches of the game. They need to fix their exploits. And yeah, they just need to fix that altogether. Also, Bungie needs to stop doing updates for the game so that we can learn how to play the game our own way. They should stop changing how we play the game. I mean, okay, I understand that most games get updates like every so often just so they can fix the glitches in the game or the game-breaking bugs in the game. But when it comes to Destiny, not only do they do that, but they fix like damn near everything in the game. It's like a paradigm shift, like almost every week and a half, it seems like. Um, yeah, and the more stuff they add to the game, the more problems that come with it. You know? They need to stop that. This game shouldn't have more updates than Windows 8. I made that joke a long time ago, but I think it's still relevant. um, this still feels like we're playing the beta version of Destiny with all these updates and glitches that we have to go through. It still feels like Bungie's still working out the kinks of this game when it should have been done March, 6 years ago. Or, 6 months ago. But yeah, that's like the top 5 things that I think should happen in Destiny. So now we're going on to personal changes. My personal changes, at least. What I think should happen with Destiny. The ships in the game are pointless. Like, we have legendary ships, we got exotic ships, and we don't ever use them at all. Like, what are they there for? To make our loading screen look good? We should do something with them, like dogfights or something, capture the flag stuff, zone capture, whatever. Just something. It's the same thing with the sparrows. Why do we have those, too? I mean, okay, yeah, they're supposed to make traveling easier, but they're not supposed to because we have a ship. The thing about our ship is that we can only pick, one spot. One spot out of an entire planet. Well, actually, no, we're not exploring a planet. We're exploring an empty, small sandbox. We got stuff like that, and we can't even land it anywhere else but that one spot. Why is that? Is our ship picky or something? Does it need the right temperature for that kind of crap? Does our ghost feel like, oh, this spot's not too right for us. Maybe we should move a little bit that way. The class, mark, accessory, whatever the heck that is, that thing's nice, The Titans, they get this nice sash and makes me think of them like they're, warriors or whatever, which is fantastic. That's incredible. The Hunters, they get this cape that gives them 10 plus swagger to their style because they're travelers. Warlocks get an armband. An armband. Why not an amulet? Well, something that makes us look like warlocks, Matchmaking needs to be introduced in this game at some point. I understand that matchmaking is such a sensitive subject when it comes to this game, because there are already LFG sites out there that do a tremendous job of doing it. And I mean tremendous. I've used them a couple times before, and I was able to get parties, to help me with this type of stuff. But this kind of stuff should be in-game. And I'm not talking about automated matchmaking, because I know how people are upset with randoms. Let's be honest here. LFG sites do the same thing, kind of. But maybe we should do something like bulletin board stuff. We go to a place at the tower. We put up a post saying, hey, I need help. Cheese and Crota. I have a mic. Come on, let's be friends, let's partner up. Shit like that. It'll make the community feel a bit more alive, like we're in this together, we're sharing the same story. Another thing that needs to change is the currencies. There's way too many currencies to deal with in the game. We got exotic shards, marks, commendations, glimmer, strange coins. That's 5 off the top of one hand right there. I only have 5 fingers on this hand, so. Anyway, the commendation system, that needs to go. I shouldn't have to grind my way through faction levels so that I can get the gift that I need. I mean, it was nice getting a gift whenever you showed your loyalty to that faction, But now it's become a gift that I need to have so that I can get other armor. It really shouldn't be like that. There needs to be like a trading system for this game. I understand that trading and gambling, they're very sensitive topics when it comes to this game. But it doesn't have to necessarily be trading. I know you're thinking, oh, trading's going to break the game now because it's already broken. No, we can just do gambling and it can be done like this. Let's just say that every Guardian can have as many legendaries as they want, but they can only have like one kind of exotic. To make it clear, you know how you hear people saying that they got like 10 Gjallarhorns, 7 Icebreakers, 3 Thorns, stuff like that? Well, make it where we only have like 1 Gjallarhorn. We only have 1 Icebreaker, 1 Thorn, 1 Last Word, 1 Suros, 1 Thunderlord. Stuff like that. So that way those exotics feel more exotic. That feels like a one-of-a-kind weapon that you got until you lose it again. Then you have to go and grind your butt off to get it again. That makes the gambling thing a little bit more interesting now, because are you willing to bet your one-of-a-kind Suros regime for another's one-of-a-kind The Last Word? Are you willing to take that chance? Doesn't that seem a little bit more interesting to you now? Also, what's the point of a character creation system if I'm never going to see my guy's face? I mean, I only saw him through, like, cutscenes and seeing him at the tower. I've never seen him, like, anywhere else. Like, can't we just have a no helmet option? I mean, we're like super space warriors. We can go without a helmet. Or, well, it would still be there, but it'd be, like, invisible or some shit. I don't know. The PvP in this game is absolutely broken. Like, there's no doubt about it. The fusion rifles are stupid good. There's supers galore all over the place. You got Nova bombs being dropped, Fists of Havoc being slammed. You got Radiant Warlocks throwing sticky bombs all over the place. You got Golden Guns popping people left and right, and you got Angry Housewives going nuts all over everyone. I know the Defender has a super, but let's be honest, it's not good unless you have the Helm of St. 14. It's not incredibly powerful unless you have the Helm of St. 14. That's it. Maybe we should, make fusion rifle. Oh, I forgot to mention that there are heavy ammo drops all over the place. There's just rocket launchers and LMGs just firing off left and right. Make fusion rifles, like, I don't know, heavy ammo drops as well, because they're so powerful. Like, we can just get them through, like, secondary ammo, and that's littered all over the place. Give us more modes where they, like, turn off supers, or they restrict heavy ammo, Just give us more stuff like that. Okay, that's all I got for now, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any if you have any changes that you've been thinking of in your mind on how Destiny should be changed, then please go ahead and sound off in the comments below. Again, I don't speak for everyone in Destiny. I mean, again, I'm sure people love it. I'm sure people like it as a good game. It's just that what I'm trying to do here is that there are people out there who want to get into this, and I'm just here telling you this is what you're going to be expecting. This is the kind of stuff you're going to deal with. Alright, well, that's it, guys. This is Dylan, aka Alpha, of the Alpha and Omega YouTube channel. I'll see you guys next time.